Hello everyone, this is Sai Krishna Reddy. Here, I'll be explaining the file structure of an Android project. When we build Android apps, our code resources configured or organized in a specific way. Understand this structure is very important because it helps us to develop the app efficiently. Here, before we go into the folders, let's understand why project structure matters. First, it organize or develop our development. Everything has a place. Code, images, layouts, resources are neatly separated. Second, it enables modularity. We can break our app into smaller codes, which makes it easier to manage and reuse. And finally, the project backbone. The The, the structure us helps to build and test the deploy our app smoothly. So we will organize projects, make teamwork and update much faster. Now enter into the folders. First we have manifest folders. Inside it there is a very important file called Android manifest.xml. This file acts as a bridge between our app and Android operating systems. It contains details like the app's package names, versions, and permissions. For example, if the app need internet or camera access, it also declares all the main components such as activities, services, and content providers. Without this file, the system won't even know how to start our app. This is about manifest folder. Next, Java Kotlin folder. And this is where we actually write the code for the app alerts. It contains all the logic and the classes and the files that makes app work. For example, main activity dot Kotlin file is a starting point of most apps. There are also testing folders like Android test or writing until tests and checking the quality of our code. So you can think of these folders as an engine room in the entire Android studio. Now we will move into the resources folder. In resource folder, they mainly contain drawable, layout, bitmap, values, and styles. This folder holds everything related to design, appearance of our app. Not only the code, it has several subfolders like this. This separation makes it very easy to change how the app looks without touching the logic. In drawable folder, we can have the images and icons, and also the layout folder which we use UI screens, and the bitmap for app launchers icon, and the values for text strings, colors, dimensions, and styles. This is the resource folder in the Android file structure. After here, the visualizing resources mainly difference between drawable folder and bitmap folder. Many beginners get confused between these two. So let's clear the drawable folder for images that appears inside the app like background or button, and the bitmap folder is only for the app launcher icons, the icon which we see in home screen. Using the bitmap folder ensures that icon looks sharp and device because it automatically adjusts for different screen size. This is the main difference between drawable folder and the bitmap folder. And the next important part of this file structure is Gradle scripts. Gradle script folder. Gradle script is a build system that compiles and packages our app. It has two main files like project level build Gradle, which contains global systems, and also the module level build Gradle, which contains app specific system and dependencies. Here we define Things like SDK versions, libraries, and build types, such as debugs or release versions. In short, Gradle automates the entire building process of us. The Gradle is a powerful build automation system in this file structure. And next, modular project structure. When apps become larger, we use a modular structure to manage them better. In this setup, our project has multiple modules like feature module, library module, the app module. The feature module for separate features such as login or chart, and library module for reusable codes, and the last app module which combines everything together. This structure helps us to work faster in the Android to creating the apps, reduces build times, and make the code easier to maintain. Now let's look at the real world examples, clean architecture. In this pattern, the project is divided into three main modules: app module, data module, and domain module. App module handles the UI and presentation logic. The data module deals with APIs, databases, and data management. And domain module contains the core business logic, such as use cases and modules. The main advantages of this separation makes the app easier to test and become changes in one layer. Don't break it into others. To summarize this topic, the manifest defines the app identity and permissions. The source code folder holds the logic. The resources folder manages the design and visuals, and the Gradle controls the build process. Understanding this structure is very important for the Android developers because it helps us to work efficiently and files easily and fix errors quickly. So more comfortable you are with the structure, the better as faster you can develop the apps. And the next step of Android Studio, explore these folders in the same projects to see how everything connects. After I will explain these folders in Android Studio. Now here I'm going to explain how the folders are work in the Android Studio. Now mainly the folders which we can see, this manifest folder and quadrant folder and resource folder. These three are present in the main app folder. First, the manifest folder contain the Android manifest.xml. This is the Android manifest.xml, which we can write XML code in it. If we have to run this code, we can generate the app. And second one, the Kotlin folder. Here in the Kotlin folder, which we can write the Kotlin code to to run the code in the app, which we can smooth after resource folder. In this resource folder, there are multiple folders like drawable, layout, bitmap, values, and XML. In the drawable folders, which we can add the images, and the layout folders, which we have multiple layouts like linear. The bitmap contains the icon buttons, and these values like colors, strings to add the app, and last XML, which we can run the XML code. These are present in the resource folder. At last, the Gradle script. Here, the Gradle script is the inbuilt script which we cannot edit in the Gradle script. It is only the core for this Android Studio. So this is the file structure in a Android project. These are the files which we can discuss in the previous presentation. Thank you.